Alright everybody, here's the next part of Marty Bingel's birthday special, in which we're moving over to the Sega Genesis with Jeopardy. The original Jeopardy. And how much does Marty have in his birthday bank thus far? Let's check. So far I've won him $646,722. Here we go. I've got Ben and Eugene joining me. Let's play. We have Pat and Lynn facing me, so two ladies. One daily double up there somewhere in one of these categories. U.S. history. Starts with the letter H. Political quotes. Mammals. Royalty, and finally, rock and roll. Alright. I think I'm going to start with mammals for 100. Experimental animal whose name has come to mean the subject of any experiment. What is a guinea pig? Oops. I'll take mammals for 200. Wild Aussie dog who feeds on the wallaby. What is a dango? Beer. Foster's, Australian for beer. Alright. Let's take the $300 clue in mammals. This rodent's name is German for hoarder, since he hoards foods in his cheek and storage chamber. What is the... I think it's either the gerbil or the hamster. No, not the hamster. Let's say what's a gerbil. No, I don't know. Or is it beaver? Chipmunk? I don't know. Ha ha! Pat doesn't know. It's the hamster. Oh, okay, Eugene. Oh, royalty for 100. There's the daily double. She's gonna do the maximum 500. So here's the clue. Lord Mountbatten, the last viceroy of India, was the nephew of this last Tsar of Russia, and it's Nicholas II. When she died in 1982, the cover of Newsweek called her life the last fairy tale. Who is Grace Kelly? Royalty 300. Marco Polo served as an aide to this Mongol ruler of China. I'm gonna say who was Kublai Khan or Genghis Khan. Oh, I should have been more specific. It's either Genghis or Kublai. Goes Kublai Khan. I should have gone with him. Gotta be more specific. U.S. history 100. In 1963, 200,000 Washington marchers heard him say, "I have a dream." Who is Martin Luther King Jr.?
You are correct.
U.S. History 200. The last occasion when Congress declared war against any country. Oh, it's World War... I think it's World War II. Yeah.
You are correct.
Enacted in 1913, the 16th Amendment was necessary to make us pay it. What is an income tax?
You are correct.
History for 400. The only state carried by George McGovern in the 1972 election. Oh, Massachusetts, where I'm going in a few days.
You are correct.
Hi, Tiger. American-born Lisa Halby is now Queen Noor of this Middle East country. What is Israel? In the Middle East? I think it's Israel.
Sorry?
Ah, it's not Israel. Because Denmark's in Europe. Oh, okay, it's all good. Oh, it's Jordan. You had to go down south.
You are correct.
Oh, well. Cool. U.S. History 500. Known as Robin Hood of the Forest, he captured Fort Ticonderoga in 1775. Who is Ethan Allen?
You are correct.
That's more like it. So I have $400. I will take Mammals 400. Sleepy Alice in Wonderland partygoer who was served as a delicacy at Roman parties. Who is the Dormouse?
You are correct.
Mammals 500. When the males spar with one another, it's called necking. What are giraffes?
You are correct.
Royalty 500. Officially, Baldwin I became king of this country on Tuesday, July 17th, 1951. Baldwin, Baldwin. I'm gonna say what is Belgium.
You are correct.
It is Belgium. Alright. Now let me have rock and roll, or no, political quotes for 100. He introduced himself as the man who accompanied Jacqueline Kennedy to Paris. Who is John F. Kennedy?
You are correct.
Political quotes 200. He said, if nominated, I will not run. If elected, I will not serve. Hey, Tiger. Come here. Oh, William Tecumseh Sherman.
You are correct.
August 5th, 1957 was the first national broadcast of this TV teen show. What is American Bandstand?
correct.
I'll take rock and roll for 200. Hey Jude was the Beatles' initial record for this, their own label. What is Apple Records?
You are correct.
Rock and roll trivia 300. This former bantamweight could have written Papa's Got a Brand New Punching Bag. Who is James Brown?
You are correct.
Rock and roll trivia for 500, for 400, I mean. East and West follow this word in the names of Bill Graham's 60s rock halls. Oh. Gosh.
You are correct.
Oh, Fillmore. Okay. East Fillmore, West Fillmore. Bernie Taupin's partner. He bought the soccer club he had followed as a child. Who's Elton John?
You are
That's
correct.
$3,000. In the 1980 election, he coined the phrase voodoo economics. Who is Ronald Reagan?
Sorry.
No. Oh, George Bush.
You are correct.
Hawaiian hip heaving. Hip heaving. What is a hula?
You are correct.
Starts at age 200. Half the Earth. What's a hemisphere?
You are correct.
Starts at age 300. Football conference or to gather together for warmth. What's a huddle?
You are correct.
400. Starts with H. Bruce Banner's incredible bad side. What's the Hulk?
You are correct.
Starts at age 500. The height of a horse is measured in these 4-inch units. What are hands?
You are correct.
Political quotes 400. Acid tongue vice president who said, some newspapers dispose of their garbage by printing it. Thank you, Eugene Brown. I'm going to say who was Spiro Agnew. And Ben, what are your manners?
Thank you, Sass.
Good
You are
answer.
correct.
Now the last clue.
I almost brought you up again.
Oh boy. Presidential candidate who said, eggheads unite. You have nothing to lose but your yolks. Who is Adlai Stevenson? If that's right, I'm going to go up to $5,100.
You are
Yep.
correct.
So I have 5,100. Lynn has 1,600. Pat 1,100. So let's go ahead and get ready to start playing. Here we go. Comparisons, celebrity sayings, actors and roles, sculpture, science, and finally, sports. There's a lot of C's and S's. Let's start with actors and roles for 100. Video in which Michael Jackson played a zombie and a werewolf. What is Thriller?
You are correct.
Actors and roles 400. In 1990, the hunt was on for this Soviet ship skippered by Sean Connery. What is the Red October?
You are correct.
I'll take actors and roles for 600. Actor who stopped the show in Showboat with Old Man River. Who is Ben Spindon? Meaning I don't know. Oh, it's Paul Robeson.
You are correct.
She accepted her Oscar for Best Actress shouting, "You like me! You like me!" Who is Sally Field?
You are correct.
Let's take celebrity sayings for 400. 1930 sex symbol who said, "It's not the men in my life that count, it's the life in my men." Who is Mae West?
You are correct.
600. Romantic idol who said, "This king stuff is pure bull. I'm just a lucky slob from Ohio." Who's Clark Gable?
You are correct.
I'll take celebrity sayings for 800. This short thespian complained, "I was a 14-year-old boy for 30 years. Who is Mickey Rooney?
You are
Celebrity
correct.
sayings 1,000. Golf is a good walk spoiled, said this author of Huckleberry Finn, who is Mark Twain.
You are correct.
8,700. Ooh, I got a daily double. 1,300. The blonde gentleman preferred in the film Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. I'm gonna say, who is Marilyn Monroe.
You are correct.
Putting me at $10,000. Actors and roles for 1,000. Sam Shepard played this barrier breaker in The Right Stuff. Who is Chuck Yeager?
You are correct.
The one. $11,000 now. I will take comparisons for 200. African desert over 3 times larger than the neighboring Mediterranean Sea. What is the Sahara?
You are correct.
Comparisons for 400. At 37, Peter Hodgson invented silly putty and Michelangelo finished the ceiling fresco here. What is the Sistine Chapel?
You are correct.
Comparison 600. If a man could proportionally lift as much as this insect, he'd lift 8,100 pounds. What is the ant?
You are correct.
Comparisons for 800. The smallest created had 4 clues. The largest, 25,614. What's a crossword puzzle?
You are correct.
And 1,000. Asian nation over 12 times larger than the UK. Its former ruler. What is India?
You are correct.
Let's take science 200. Land animal with the largest teeth. What's the elephant?
You are correct.
Let's take science for 400. Stratigraphy is a branch of this earth science. Stratigraphy. Oh, I'm trying to remember. Geology. I wanted to say that, but I wasn't 100%
You are
sure.
correct.
Chat might get me for that one, but we'll see. When James Naismith invented it in 1891, he used peach baskets. What is basketball?
You are correct.
400. Daily double. In a perfect game in this sport, you score 300. What is bowling?
You are correct.
Sports for 600. Joan Benoit's type of road race. What is a derby?
Sorry.
Yeah, to be more specific. No.
Sorry. Sorry. No correct response.
Oh, marathon. Oh, okay. Alright. Let's pick 800. The Hogs block for this NFL team. The Hogs block for this NFL team. I'm just gonna guess on this one. I might be wrong. Hogs block for this team. Who are the Seattle Seahawks?
Sorry.
No. Is it Washington Redskins? I should have gone with that one.
You are correct.
His only signed work is the Pieta in the Vatican. Who's Michelangelo?
You are correct.
Sculpture 400. A gold statue of Prometheus towers over this ice rink of this New York City landmark. What is Rockefeller Center? Or it could be Central Park. I'm gonna change my answer. I'm gonna say it was Central Park.
Sorry.
Nah, probably should have gone with my first guess again. Yeah, Rockefeller Center, my first hunch.
You are correct.
After surviving a car wreck, this former Dodger catcher wrote, "It's good to be alive." Roy Campanella.
You are correct.
Diffraction refers to the way it bends. What is light?
You are correct.
The two primary ferrous metals are iron and this. What is steel?
You are correct.
Natural vanilla flavoring comes from this tropical flower. What's the orchid?
You are correct.
Disarming statue unearthed by a peasant on the Greek island of Melos in 1820. What is the Venus de Milo?
You are correct.
A Berlin museum is home to the famous bust of this Egyptian queen. Who is Nefertiti?
You are correct.
Though it represents a woman, his 5-story Chicago structure has been called a baboon. Who is Pablo Picasso? Okay, so I have $32,000, Lynn $2,400, Pat $2,300. So it is a runaway game. Let's find out what our final Jeopardy category is. Foods. Oh, I know this. I'm gonna go all in, all 32,000. A New York chef invented these in the 1850s when told his French fries were too thick. What are potato chips? Marty's getting $64,000 this segment. So where does that put his birthday bank at right now? $710,722. And I will see you all for that next segment right after this. We'll be right back. Oops.
You are correct.
I'll take mammals for 200. Wild Aussie dog who feeds on the wallaby. What is a dango? Beer. Foster's Australian for beer.
You are correct.
Alright. Let's take the $300 clue in mammals. This rodent's name is German for hoarder since he hoards foods in his cheek and storage chamber. What is... We have Pat and Lynn facing me, so two ladies. One daily double up there somewhere in one of these categories.
You are category.
U.S. history. Starts with the letter H. Political quotes. Mammals. Royalty, and finally, rock and roll. Alright. I think I'm going to start with mammals for 100. Experimental animal whose name has come to mean the subject of any experiment. What is a guinea pig? Is the... I think it's either the gerbil or the hamster. No, not the hamster. I'll say what's a gerbil.
Sorry.
No, I don't know. Or is it beaver? Chipmunk? I don't know. Ha ha!
Sorry.
Pat doesn't know. It's the hamster.
You are correct.
Oh, okay, Eugene. Alright, everybody, here's the next part of Marty Bingel's birthday special, in which we're moving over to the Sega Genesis with Jeopardy. The original Jeopardy. And how much does Marty have in his birthday bank thus far? Let's check. So far, I've won him $646,722. Here we go. I've got Ben and Eugene joining me. Let's play. Oh, royalty for 100. There's the daily double. She's gonna do the maximum 500. So here's the clue. Lord Mountbatten, the last viceroy of India, was the nephew of this last Tsar of Russia, and it's Nicholas II. When she died in 1982, the cover of Newsweek called her life the last fairy tale. Who is Grace Kelly?
You are correct.
Royalty 300.